Now then guys, how you doing? Welcome back and thank you for joining me again. So 4th of August, first game up is against Celtic. Obviously that game's not going to be in today's episode, but what a start to the season that's going to be. The stadium, our stadium, has been renamed the Edinburgh International Arena. Sounds quite fancy that, doesn't it? The TOMAHAWK Arena's now gone, and with the expansion, 42,000 capacity. Yeah. Not bad going at all, that. So yes, we've got the Edinburgh International Arena. So we've also done a lot of transfer business. Obviously, that's the main thing. That's why you're here. Transfer special. Now, when I say we've done a lot, we've had more players leave than I would have liked or than I thought. You know, the players that should have moved on have moved on, if I'm completely honest. Still need to get either Lietz or Adilson off the books. You know, go with Van der Voort is my #1 goalkeeper. You know, we've got a youngster, Lewis Crawford, sat on the bench as well. So I'd like to bring him into the fray. He's already been capped twice by Scotland. That is crazy. You know, he's one of our own, come through the ranks. Joined us in the 23-24 season through the youth academy. And yeah, there you go. So Lucas Crawford is one we're probably never going to see, but I would like to get him in and around the squad. So transfers-wise, then obviously Dylan Munro was a name that I'd spoken about moving on, and we have moved him on. Now he's 23-year-old Scott. We know a lot about him. We bought him for 23 million. We're selling him for 20 million up front with 4.5 million add-ons. So we should, in theory, make more money for him. So yes, Dylan Munro goes off to Southampton. And another player going is Salia back. Now, done absolutely nothing wrong. Very good player, 21-year-old Turk, played a few seasons for us, 10.5 million we bought him for. He's going to Everton for 20.5 in the Premier League. Now, I've just brought better players in. I'm sure we'll see them shortly. But yeah, a back has gone. Played a fair few games for us, like I say, 48 games in total. Only managed to score 1 goal in them. Now, he was very defensive. We brought him on to shore up. And yes, a back has gone to Everton. Fanady has gone to West Brom, so I did say that this guy hadn't developed as much as I'd like. We've had him what seems like forever as well. He joined us in the 24-25 season for £5 million. And he was an ever-present until Juan Cuato started, and then, yeah, he basically got phased out into being like more of a substitute, coming in off the bench. But £40 million from West Brom, while I reckon we could have got more for him, he's now valued at 21.5 million. I think, you know, getting him off the books for that is quite decent. Carlos Guimaraes, you might be like, who's this guy? I think we only bought him in January. A little bit of a panic sign on £1 million, and then we sold him for 925k. You know, he'd done absolutely nothing. We sent him out on loan when we realised how poor he was. He just wasn't scouted well enough, and he has gone. Fortunately, we didn't pay big money for him. And then the last player to go is Nicolas de Torre. 21-year-old, we know about him. Right, he worried me. He really did. He looks absolutely amazing. Doesn't he? Let's be honest, he looks amazing there. It looks like he's got the world at his feet. Potential ability, 3.5 star. He was never going to feature. He's not really. I've got a couple of players that are also joining those strikers. But yeah, £10 million has gone to River. Then the players coming in then. So Pavel Korolev. He's a player that we looked at probably about 20 episodes ago. He just appeared. And I'm sure I said from memory, he's not that good. But we've ended up spending £23 million on him from Lokomotiv Moscow. Now, he is a wonder kid. He's been capped 15 times by Russia. And, you know, Russia is a difficult team to get into. They've got a real quality team. 20-year-old. Can play as a centre-back, that's what he's coming in as. Current ability 2.5 star, potential ability 5 star. 6'4", big lad at the back, valued at 15.5 million already. And like I say, £23 million. Played 40 games in 2 seasons for Lokomotiv. We may not see him start every game. He still needs to improve his heading, his marking and his tackling. You know, those key attributes aren't great, if I'm completely honest. They're the 3 things that you'd be wanting. But we'll just keep pushing him and hopefully he'll improve drastically. His determination's 15, so hopefully there's a bit more to go there. We've also brought in Hugo Balotelli. Now, 19-year-old Argentinian, capped at under 20 level. Wonder kid again. There we go, wonder kid. Can play basically all down that right-hand side. Is coming in as a right back to challenge Juan Cuato. The arrows make him look worse than what he is. He's a very rounded player. Current ability 2.5 star, potential ability 5 star. We paid £7 million from River. So they spent £10 million de Torre. We spent £7 million bringing him the other way. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Like I say, he's probably not a starter. Juan Cuato is even more all-rounded than Balotelli in fairness. But yeah, he'll definitely be one that we'll see. We've also brought in Aurelian Takzanowski. What a name that is. Now, we've brought him in from Nice for £20 million. He's played a fair few games, though. 212 games in Ligue 1 as well. Now, he's a very good player. Heading 13, marking 16, tackling 13. 6'1", not the tallest. He's a powerful centre-back. That's his media description. He's 3.5 star and he's playing to that full potential. Very, very good player, I reckon we've got here. 23-year-old. Playing as a centre-back and also playing on that right-hand side. Is accomplished in that position. But yeah, Aurelian Tagzanowski. Can't wait to be saying that name. We've then brought in Hannibal. This guy is a wonder kid, like a modern day wonder kid, real life wonder kid who plays at Manchester United. He's going to play in the centre of midfield. Look at him. Absolutely incredible. 3-star, yes. 3.5 star potential. He's got a little bit more, but very, very good player that we've got who can just play right in the middle of the park. Has joined us for 30 million from Manchester United. Didn't play very much last season. 4 games, 1 goal, 7.3 average rate, I know. But yeah, when I seen he'd been transfer listed, we had to go in for him. So £30 million, 26-year-old. That's an old player for what we normally buy. We normally go for, 18, 19, 20 and then developing into the team. But this is a guy who's already established and can slot straight in, has got plenty of experience. We've brought in Willy Van Ooyen. He's joined us on a free transfer. Now, he's an absolute world beater. Dynamic winger. He's outspoken. But he's 4.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential. Probably the best player at the club. Acceleration wise 18, pace 18. Crossing and dribbling, that's something else that you want. First touch, this guy's going to get so many assists. However, in the pre-season, he hasn't really set the world alight. We got him on a free transfer from Feyenoord. That is crazy. But we got him in. What a player he is as well. Real good player. One to watch. He's going to go out there with obviously Doyle, Sarek out there as well. But yeah, Van Ooyen, what a player. Another free transfer was Erwin Betrancourt. Now, you may recognise the name as he was on loan at Valencia last season, a team that we knocked out, obviously, in the Europa League. Now, he's currently 3-star, potential 4-star. Pace again, they've got it. Crossing, dribbling, decent. Obviously not good as Van Ooyen, but a very good player. He's been capped 3 times by France and he's got a goal. He's 24-year-old. Can play out on that left-hand side. Obviously, Usami's going to have some real competition now. Anchor goal. And we got him from PSG on a free transfer. 2 massive free transfers there. We then spent 2.1 million on Harold Lopez, a Colombian under-23 international, 18-year-old. A very small player though. Look at that height, 5'5". He's a wonder kid. Current ability 3-star, potential ability 4.5 star, and he can play behind the strikers. So we've got Lopez, we've got Murillo, we've got Lamine, we've got plenty of players who can play in that position. 2.1 million from Atlético Nacional in Colombia. Played 26 games last season, 5 goals, 5 assists, 4 player of match performances. So he was doing the business. Very, very good player and cost us next to nothing. And then finally, the marquee signing, Maximiliano Signorelli. What a player. Already valued at 33 million. 20-year-old. Fully capped by Argentina. 4 starts, 1 goal. Current ability, 3.5 star. Potential ability, 4.5 star. If you look down here, non-competitive pre-season. He's played 5 times for us. He scored 12 goals. 4 player of the match performances and 5 starts. This guy, acceleration, pace, dribbling, finishing, first touch. He's got everything you need. He's going to play up there with Court. He's going to be the advanced forward. Court's going to be the deep line playmaker. But he's very good. Sporting spent £9 million on him. Last season, he played 28 games, scored 23 goals. And we've spent £40 million on him. Like I say, he was the big money signing. And that is all we've done. That is the business. Nobody else has joined us as of yet. I have got a couple of players that I'm looking at. I'm not going to talk about them just in case it all falls through. But yeah, we did have a look at a player in the last episode. His name escapes us. Guy from Wolves. Absolutely incredible. He, wasn't interested. Obviously, we still haven't got that reputation yet. But Signorelli is the main man. Him and Van Ooyen, very, very good players. And Hannibal as well. Obviously, a player that we're going to see featuring. So finances-wise, then we've still got 190 million. Obviously, we'd having players leave as well. That was always going to be the case. We've got a wage budget of £2 million, and we're not even spending £1 million yet. We're spending 972k. So finance is fantastic. Overall balance is 133 million, which is saying that they're giving us even more money for the transfer budget than what we've actually got in the bank. They're prepared for us to make a £60 million loss. They've accounted for that already. But yeah, there we go. Like I say, finance is banging. Dynamics wise then, even with the ins and outs, team cohesion is still good, club atmosphere is very good, and managerial support's very good. Sarek wants to leave, he wants a better deal, but he wants a really low release clause. He wants to go for like £15 million. That is not happening, so I've rejected it for the time being. Top influencers then, Dorwan, Quato and King, and I've only got Sarek, who has no real opinion of us. The other 25 players, all supporters, including the new players. Squad depth-wise, the bit that really matters then. So strikers-wise, Signorelli is the best player up front. We've got Signorelli, Court, Sarek, Lamine. That is it. Lamine obviously isn't a player that will play there. Neither Sarek, in fairness. I've got a couple of players that I'm trying to bring in up front as well, but Signorelli and Court are the main two. Behind, we've got Hannibal, Lopez, Lamine, Murillo, Sarek. Hannibal, even though he's apparently the best player there, he's not going to play there. Hannibal is going to be the central midfielder, the main man in there. Then out on the left-hand side, we've got Lynch, Usami, Bertrand, Court and Kragul. Happy with that. You know, there's no real standout player, but I'm very happy with it. Out on that right-hand side, Vanusian, we know, with Sarek, Dol, Murillo, but it'll be Vanusian, Sarek and Dol for me. In the middle of the field, we've got Murillo, we've got Hannibal, we've got Jap, we've got Love, we've got Navarro, we've got plenty of players who can play there. We're probably stacked too much in the middle now. Then out on the left-hand side, we've got Lynchwine, Leon King, still trying to bring in a left-back. In the middle, we've got Garon, Taxanowski, Leon King, Barrero, Korolev. You know, plenty of players there that can really fit in. Defensive right, we've got Wanquato and Ballatieri for me. None of those other players should really be out there. And then in goal, Adilson is a country mile the best goalkeeper at the club. Apparently so. But we're going with, obviously, Van der Voort, and Lietz is there as well. We may look at moving one of those two other goalkeepers on, because we've got 3 real worldies for a goalkeepers. Like I say, Van der Voort doesn't get the recognition, I don't think. He's only been capped once by Belgium, and I think, yeah, he should really be having more caps. He's got to contend with Fuchs, really, hasn't he? He's the other goalkeeper. But yeah, Fuchs, what an absolute liability he was. We've seen it. We've seen it. So yes, that is it. So let's have a look at the schedule. So first 2 games coming up, Celtic and St Mirren. Then we take on Juve in that Super Cup game. And that is taking place at the Estadio Coronelia El Prat. Where is that? That is in Spain. I don't actually know where that is. Espanyol's ground. There you go. That's the big game, really. So next episode, we're going to come back for Celtic and St Mirren. Then we'll do Juve in that game after. We will just have a look, obviously, at what the expectation is for the season. Season review, we should be smashing the league 100%. So Hearts, Celtic, Rangers, finishing as the top 3. When you look at the Media Dream 11... 10 of the 11 players on there are ours. Very handy. Martin, the only player. Josh Martin from Rangers. So there you go. We've got Adilson, Lynchwai, Kolorev, Garon, Taxanowski, Jap, Lopez, Hannibal and Vanusian with Signorelli up front. Court doesn't even make it in. That is crazy. So yes, guys, that is it then. So like I say, shorter episode today. Obviously, it was just about the transfers. We've done some very good business. We've still got a lot of money to spend. And I still have got some offers. I've got another £30 million player potentially coming in who can play up front. Can play in both positions as well. So yes, there you go then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, it's been emotional. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.